Welcome back to the Accountability Hour, the podcast where we tackle double standards, self-improvement, and the messy realities of relationships. This is Lynn Watchhorn. Why are men afraid to be vulnerable? Unfortunately, the majority of men have learned pretty quick that vulnerability often comes with consequences. We hear a lot of people say, men need to open up more, men need to express their emotions, and it sounds great in theory, but a lot of men with their experiences realize it's just not worth it. People love the idea of men being open, but here's the problem. Most people don't actually respect it when it happens. A man opens up about his struggles, his fears, his insecurities, and instead of getting support, he gets judged, he gets ignored, he gets treated differently. And if you don't believe me, let's go through what actually happens when they try to be vulnerable. Most women say they want a vulnerable man until they actually see him struggle. Then it's all of a sudden, oh, he is not as strong as I thought. When men bring up their issues, they often get dismissed and they get some half-hearted, "Aw, man, that sucks. You'll be fine." No solutions and not any real concern comes from people. And for a lot of ladies, weakness kills attraction. A lot of men have experienced this firsthand. The second they open up, the energy shifts. The woman starts to see him differently, respecting him less, or even losing interest. And a lot of men will actually get used for their vulnerability. They open up about something personal, and guess what? Now it's a weapon in an argument. Or worse, it's even being shared with her friends because she's gossiping about him. So why should a man feel safe being vulnerable when it's almost always a losing game for him? The thing is, men don't fear vulnerability. They fear the consequences of being vulnerable with the wrong person. Most people don't know how to handle a man's emotions. They like the idea of a man being open, but the reality, they don't respect him the same way afterwards. And in a lot of cases, men aren't even given the space to process their emotions. If a woman is struggling, people rally around her. Take your time, heal, focus on self-care. But a man, if he struggles, he's weak. If he takes time to heal, he's not stepping up as a man. And this double standard, a lot of men have noticed, and they're not thrilled about it. So these men, they keep things to themselves, not because they want to, but because they don't trust that anybody actually cares. And until that changes, they'll keep dealing with their problems alone. So what actually needs to change for men? The reality is, men should have the space to be open, but they also need to be selective about who they open up to. Not everybody deserves access to that side of you. If a woman tells you that she wants you to be vulnerable, pay attention to how she reacts when you actually are. Does she listen? Does she respect it? Or does she start treating you differently? If someone dismisses your emotions, stop opening up to them. Find people who actually give a damn. Whatever you do, protect your peace. And if someone uses your struggles against you, cut them off. At the end of the day, men don't need to express their emotions more. They need to be surrounded by people who actually can handle it. And until that happens, men will keep their struggles to themselves, and I really can't blame them for that. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who might benefit from it. And as always, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and let me know your thoughts.